Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special KingsGuard one-shot featuring an all-new cast. Um, Basically, this was my secret plot to replace my previous players because they were being a pain in my ass. So this is where we're starting. I'm just kidding. But this is a separate story that does take place in the same world of KingsGuard, with some familiar faces that now actually have their players behind them. So we have with us the cast of the Proud, the pirates that have shipped our KingsGuard around. I'm Noir. I'm going to be your GM for today. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. We'll do the whole thing at the end. But let's get to the most important part of introducing every show, and that is introducing the players. So we're going to start with Jenny. So, Kelsey, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and Jenny.
Hi, my name is Kelsey. My pronouns are she, her. Tonight I will be playing Jenny, who is a dragonborn barbarian, also uses she, her pronouns. Jenny's really rad. She's been hanging out on the ship for a while, just for fun, no other reason. And are we doing any like Twitter things, or is that at the end?
Oh, you can do a Twitter thing.
Okay, you can find me on Twitter as @crochet_BBY. I mostly just tweet nonsense and also like pictures of crocheted and embroidery things. So that's me. Hello. I'm excited to be here.
And just a very special note, Kelsey is in fact the one that made Healy for Harper. So if you enjoy seeing Healy on Harper's shoulder during our previous games, you've got Kelsey to thank for that. Next in the list, we've got Boroin or Milan. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about Boroin and where we can find you.
Hello, I'm Milan. You might see me in chat a lot as Ballard Man. I'm here to say butts and kick puns. I said that backwards. I'm playing Borwin Murdan tonight. I pronounced that a little incorrectly, but whatever. We'll be fine. I've only written it before. And I'm very happy to finally be able to mess with Darby in another way. I hope that we all have a good time tonight, and I'll save any shout-outs till the end for myself.
All right, rock and roll. And next we have Little Middle, one of three of the owners of the Proud and one of the original Proud members. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and Lalonde and where we can find you.
Oh, God. I'm Joy. My pronouns are she, hers, or he, his, interchangeably. I play Lalonde, a winner, someone who never has ever lost, who has never been wrong, who is better simply on the basis of her last name and bloodline. I came here to win. I don't know if it's a competition, but I'm going to win it. That is in character and out of character. You can find me on Twitter @suddenlyatpeace, where you may have guessed it, I'm a winner there too. Help me in my goal to defeat my brother by blood only, Noir himself.
What the fuck? I mean, thank you. I'm sure nothing but good things is going to happen to you and your character today. Next, we have one of the other owners of the Proud and original cast members. We've got Lorelei or Phoenix. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, about Lorelei, where we can find you.
Hi, I'm Phoenix Astra. Today I'm going to be playing Lorelei Kestrel, my chaotic good barbarian shifter, bobcat shifter, and she stands alone in this house. So you got problems with her, you got problems with me. I do some art on Twitter @Phoenix Astra and then on Instagram @Phoenix.Astra. If you want to check out, I do some fantasy art and some game designs for Shifted Skies.
All right. And seriously, Phoenix's art is fantastic. It's always a joy to see, and just insanely talented. And last, but certainly not least, we have AJ, aka Who's Your Kid, aka I forgot your character name. I'm so sorry. sorry.
It's all right.
I had a full-on brain fart. Oh,
You're all good.
Eugene.
Yeah.
That's it. I remember.
We're just stalling enough time for it to come up on the overlay.
Yup, there it is. I thought it was gonna come up and it was one more thing. I'm like, fuck.
I'm AJ, also known as Susha Kid. My pronouns are he, him. I will be playing Eugene Festifiger. His pronouns are also he, him. And I'm on a boat. Not doing very well, because despite me having gills and being able to swim in the water, I don't like boats. I got seasick. So it's not going to be a good time.
And that is a perfect segue to the start of our story. We see the Proud on another routine trip to carry cargo and passengers across the sea. This time they're heading from Mitsukai, having just completed a mission, and they decided along the way to pick up some folks from Tigfrig as they're making their next destination back to Nerve. Along the trip there was a shipwreck, and they picked up another passenger on the shipwreck who seemed to be the sole survivor of this tragic accident, who is a elven man with a cat on his shoulder, and he has nothing to his name but a lute. He's very gracious and thankful for all who stopped to save him. If you feel that your character would have been on the side of opting to save him, please raise your hand. If your character was opting to just kind of pass it by and let him die, please raise your hand. I kind of figured as much. And when
your audio just went wonky.
Oh my?
One sec.
I'm sorry. Is my audio wonky, y'all? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep going until it's confirmed. I'll get back to it. When the ship was making the decision whether to save this gentleman or not, Mulan made it known. Not a fan. Shaw goes, not a come fan on, you've got to have a Captain Shaw. We can't leave him to the sea to die. We can't. Lord, say your response.
Yes, I can. And I will. Like yes, this. And I will. Like this. Goodbye.
Well, it won't be good morale for the women to leave him overboard. Can I save him? Won't be in trouble of your own. And if he causes any ruckus, I'll be the first to throw him out myself.
I would like it if you face some sort of punishment if he acted up in any sort of
Sorry,
way.
Can I just...
Yeah.
I just have to cut us to break real quick, because I'm hearing everybody, including myself.
Okay. 1 second, everybody. We're just going to go on break real quick. We've got some technical difficulties, and we'll be right back. everybody. Sorry about that false start there. We're back to it now. What's up? Oh, all right. So hey, everybody. Sorry about that false start there. We had some stuff to work out, but we've gotten through it. So let's get back to the story. Captain Shaw is basically telling Lalon, "Look, I'm gonna save this guy, and if he causes any trouble, I'll be the first to throw him off." How does Lalon reply to that? Is she okay with that?
I would like it if this man causes any ruckus that you face some type of punishment as well, maybe like losing a limb.
I feel as though that is a little bit extreme.
A pinky, like a small limb.
I want to keep my pinky.
Obviously, you don't want to save him that much. Then he's worth less than your pinky.
Fine. If he causes any trouble, then you take the tip of my pinky.
Like the first two, like to the second knuckle.
First knuckle. Give me the first knuckle. I'm a sailor. I need all of my digits.
Second knuckle, and that is it.
Why second knuckle? And with that, he hops on a dinghy, swims to shore, and grabs this guy and brings him back to the boat. And you see he is just a tiny little dude. And he has this cat that's over his shoulder. And he's a young tiefling male, and he just thank you all. Thank you very much for saving me. And you can see he's dehydrated, and he's been on this shipwreck for some time, and just very quiet. And Shaw goes, "All right, lad, we'll get you some water. Everything will be fine." He goes, "Thank you very much." And Shaw goes off to get him some water. And this is happening on the deck. So I'll move him over. Who would be on the main deck? Which is this guy over here. All right, so let me move Lorelai over here. Shaw was just talking to Lalonde. All right, so you all see this rather dehydrated person, and they're just kind of looking around. Does anyone choose to interact with this gentleman, or what are you all doing?
Did you say I'm sorry that he had a cat with him?
Yes, he has. Oh my God.
He's going to immediately pick the cat up. And if she overheard what Lalonde was saying, she's just like, "Yeah, whatever Lalonde says goes, but the cat lives." And she just like grabs it, puts it on her shoulder.
And you hear Shaw go, "Lorelai, might I get you to perhaps try and change Lalonde's mind about me pinky?"
What she says goes. That's the cat.
Captain,
Very well.
I would be more than happy to offer my services if you do need to remove it. I am precise when it comes to the blade.
I'm sure no one here is going to need to cut off my pinky. I want to make that abundantly clear to everybody on the deck, to no one's cutting off my pinky. Okay?
I am a guest. I just want to make myself useful.
Okay, well, thank you. But no, thank you. We're going to be just fine in terms of pinkies staying where they are.
As you say, sir.
So we've got about 6 more days on this trip. And hell, I haven't really had the chance to come talk to you all. So, who the hell are you people on my boat? And he immediately looks over to you. Good Lord, I am the worst with names. He looks over to you, Borwin.
I was picked up in the last port. I'm looking for a little bit of work and adventure, and I was told that the Proud is the place to be. I have skills and information. I am a learned man, and I am actually a transcriber, junior navigator, and many other things.
Nerd.
Correct.
Can you tell us what you look like? And Shaw just yells.
Borman stands just maybe an inch and a half under 6 feet. He is a very dark olive skinned half elf with mostly rounded ears, but with a slight tip, and dark chestnut brown hair and nearly black eyes. They are about medium build, and they have a top knot that is tied with a sash. They also wear very, very large spectacles.
Nerd. All right, you weird guy. He looks to you, Eugene. What's your deal?
Eugene is currently just half off the boat, just feeling so sick. And is Eugene Festifiger. Oh God.
I ain't never seen a fish man with no sea lugs. It's weird.
Oh, in the water, totally fine. On boats, not so much. But it is a long trip. And this is the better way of going about it. Ugh.
You make me question a lot of things I thought about things.
And as he is going off, I'm just finding my description. Eugene has slick black, unsaturated, dirty blonde hair, has a full beard, is very broad and large, has this pelt on him of owlbear fur that is very speckled, white owlbear fur with like speckles of grays and blacks on it, and has a large, weird hammer, gun hammer.
Gosh. This is the day it comes back. Okay.
And yes, he very much has gills, but he's not quite a Triton. So
we'll play with that later. And so you just see Shaw kind of walk and give water to the dehydrated tiefling, and he goes, "Oi, now, what's your name, lad?" And between desperate sips, he just goes, "My name's Hannibal." He goes, "All right, lad, we'll take good care of you. Can somebody help this young one get down to one of the cots? He looks like he could use some water and some rest."
I would be happy to take them.
All right. So the nerd's gonna take you down to get some sleep.
The entire time I am already badgering this person with questions.
So what are some of the questions that you're asking, Hannibal?
So, how did you end up on this small island? You were the only survivor? Stuff like that. What was the name of the ship you were aboard?
The Safe Mary didn't live up to its name. And as for how we got here, I don't know. One thing I know, I'm sleeping, everything's safe on the boat, and then the next, I was just hearing the sounds of wood and metal being torn apart, and nobody seemed to make it but me. I guess I'm blessed.
Or cursed, if you ask me. But
praise the mother. Thank you. And then he just goes to his bed and lies down. And as this is all happening, Shaw bumps into Jenny. It just gives Jenny the "got my eyes on you." "I don't want you cause of any more trouble. All right, Lorelai and Lalon might not know about your past transgressions, but I do.
Jenny, with a completely straight face, is like, you seem really stressed. You know, I could walk you through some yoga if you want. I think that might be helpful.
You almost screwed up a really easy payday. I don't want to hear it from you.
And I've learned from my mistakes.
Bullshit! He just storms. Would
you like some tea?
I don't want any fucking tea from you. Can you tell us what Jenny looks like?
So Jenny is about 6'4". She's very tall, pale but like shimmery golden kind of skin, very humanoid but like just vaguely inhuman enough to be like lizard, dragon, question mark. And she's very tall. She has dark hair that she has braided back in like the Viking warrior style kind of thing, that keeps it out of her face and back. And she wears simple whatever, like, you know, white brown garb they would have had on the ship, just regular casual pirate clothes. She's got gold eyes that occasionally in certain lighting you might think look like snake's eyes, but that could just be a trick of the light. Yeah, that's Jenny.
Okay, and you did just pick up a boon, so I gave you your inspiration card, Kelsey. And there is. Oh, go ahead.
If you don't mind, I would like some of that tea, if you have it.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be right back with that, and then I'll go and to wherever the cook is and find some tea.
So you find the cook working in the back, and it's Burrell, and Burrell is this like massive, completely dark-skinned dwarf with like long dreads, and he goes, "Good to see you again. How are you doing?"
I'm doing good. Can I get some tea? What do we have today?
Okay, so you know how it goes. So we've got the regular inventory, all right, or we've got the sort bucks inventory. I can sneak you off a little something. We've got some youthberry tea, we've got some chamomile tea, we got some peppermint tea, we got some immune system booster tea. We've got everything that you need. So you tell me what you want, I tell you what I can get you.
What about ginger? We got some.
I've got ginger tea. That is
some newbie up on the top deck is having some trouble with stomach and the waves.
Oh yeah, I see. So he's soft to the sea, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Well, I've got some ginger tea here. I think I can whip up. All right, then. How about a nice scone? You like a scone? I can get you a scone.
I would love a scone. Have you been trying anything new lately?
Been experimenting with a few things, like what if you put a pancake in a crepe? You get a pan crepe.
Yes.
Yes.
You're a genius.
I know, right? And then you put French toast on top of the pan crepe.
Fried in potatoes.
Hey, what do you think? I am a monster? Of course. I call it barrel stack. I'll make you a barrel stack. Just make sure that you keep it away from Lalon. She gets weird whenever I make pastries.
I know how it works around here.
Okay. So he makes the ginger. And you can tell he's getting the ingredients ready to make his barrel stack. And you've just never seen so much molasses and jam. And he passes you 2 cups of ginger. You go. I call you when it's ready.
All right. See you later. Thank you. And then I'll go take the tea.
Lalon, can I get a perception check from you?
Absolutely.
And while that's happening, could you explain to me where I see the inspiration cards?
In Roll20,
Mm-hmm.
right over your name, you should see a blue card with the number 1. If you go ahead and click that,
Oh,
then
okay.
you can click the card and it'll tell you what you can do with it. And when you want to use it, you simply click the card and put it on the table.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool, thank you.
Like, how would I do that?
What was that?
Like, hypothetically, how would I find that? Like,
Your perception?
yeah.
Here, I've got your character sheet. You want me to do it for you?
No, like, just tell me.
Okay, I'm sorry. So if you go into Roll20, you'll see under guests, your character, Lalon Dumont, is there.
Yeah.
If you want to hit perception, just go to the skills section. It'll be right underneath your proficiency bonus in saving throws, and you'll just click the word perception and you'll be all good.
You know what? You do it for me as a treat.
Okay. But you can look it up after this one, and if you still need me to do it, no problem. You rolled the 7. You rolled the 7 total, so you don't really notice anything right now. But you don't notice anything right now. So with that, Jenny, you're able to bring the tea successfully to Eugene. And before we go back to that scene, I just want to check up. Lorelai, what are you getting into? You're playing with this cat.
Yeah, she's just hovering by Lalon, seeing what she's up to, trying to get her to pet the cat.
Go ahead and roll me an animal handling check. And again, if you need me to help you with that, no problem.
I got it. You're good.
Okay.
A 13.
The cat's taken to you. It's purring. It's just the most adorable little gray and black cat with green eyes, and it is purring like a motor. And it's making biscuits all over you. And you see Lux kind of walk by. She goes, "Well, if that's not the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my goddamn life, that's the most adorable fucking kitten I've ever fucking seen. What's his fucking name?"
I don't know, Lalonde. What is his fucking name? And then she just grins and looks at her.
Let's name him Charles. That is a fancy name.
All right, we're naming the fucking cat Charles.
Sir,
She nods an improvement. She's gonna put the cat on Lalonde's head.
The cat is now on your head, Lalon. And you see Lux pull out her crossbow, and she goes, "Everybody, the cat's fucking name is fucking Charles. And if I hear you call him something different, I'll shoot you right in the nether regions. Won't be no more of you. You understand?" And everybody on the ship is just like, "Fine, the cat's fucking Charles, whatever, dude." Oh, by the way, Lux is this short, little red-haired girl, just covered with like crossbow bolts and daggers. But so she yells that. Lorelai, you put the cat on Lalonde's head. And Lalonde, you now have a cat on your head. You now have the cat Charles on your head.
Absolutely. He is my son. I'm going to raise him to be better than everyone else on this ship.
So that means that the cat's full name is Charles Dumont.
Absolutely. He is a Dumont. He is adopted, but I know our family's blood runs through his tiny little furry veins.
And so Lux again pulls out her crossbow and goes, "All right, you fucks, listen here. The cat's name is Charles Dumont. If I hear you call him anything other than that, I'll shoot you right in the nether regions, you understand?" And everybody is, again, really not caring, but Lux loves yelling and threatening people.
I do have a question. If we were to use an honorific, like Sir Dumont, would that be appropriate?
Yes, he has earned this title. I can tell he has won many battles. That is allowed, nerd one.
All right, you folks,
All right.
listen here. The cat's fucking name is Sir Charles Dumont. And if I hear you call him anything else, I'll shoot you right in the nether regions. There'll be no more of you.
There's no need to be cross.
May we throw him off the ship?
You just hear Shaw go, "Please, no one throw anyone off the ship." Look. I'm gonna have Beryl make everybody a nice dinner. We can all talk. We can all get to know each other. We've got a few more days on this goddamn trip, and you're all driving me crazy. How's that sound, huh? We good? Okay, good. And with that, Shaw goes back to the wheel. It begins to navigate. And other than that, it's a pretty calm, peaceful day at sea. Hannibal sleeps for most of the day, recovering from his dehydration. But is there anything else you wanted to do before we start to hit evening time?
I would like to go and bother the captain by standing next to Shaw and just writing down whatever he'll tell me about his life story.
So Shaw is... Multiple characters have done this to this poor captain. Shaw is just at the wheel, and I'm imagining you standing behind him. Is there anything that you'd like to say to me, young man?
Well, I was hoping you would say things to me. I want to know more about you. I am a chronicler as well, and an archivist, and I want to learn more about the world. I have a book here that is empty, and I would love to write your story in it.
All right, my life's pretty simple. All right, long ago, I served for the Navy over in Devonora. They don't pay shite. So me and a couple of crew members, we got together and we worked for captain of our own, of the Proud. She didn't make it, left the ship to us, and we've been paying for it by working with anybody that'll pay the coin. Nervea and Mitsukai seem to be the most profitable. In fact, Mitsukai chartered the ship for, well, hell, decades. And we run odd jobs every now and then. Technically, the owners of the ship are now Lorelei, Lalonde, and Soul. Those fucks over there. But for the most part, they let us use it to our heart's content. She's a fine ship, she is. She can withstand anything. So, that's my story, and that's it. You want anything else, nerd?
Tell me about the Navy, actually. I've not been to Devonora.
Devonora is a fine place if you don't look too deep. If you look too deep, you won't like what looks back at you. And if it looks back at you and catches you, probably won't let you go.
Well, thank you, Captain. I know a little too much about discovering things about where you come from.
I bet you do, asking all the kind of questions you're asking. Here, do me a favor, would you? Go and check on the dried one. Make sure he's okay. Look, I can't have him dying, and I want to make sure he's not stealing nothing, else he'll cost me a pinky.
I shall do that for you, Captain. And I will go down to see where Hannibal is.
Okay. So Hannibal is in a cot. Let me actually put him there. Hannibal is just in a cot down here, and I'll move you with him. And he's just sleeping, and he hears the door open, and he gets up and...
I brought you a toast.
Toast.
I am not trained in medicine, but I do know that you should not fill up immediately after you have not eaten for a long time.
I see. And he looks with almost a bit of a confusion at where he is, and then sighs. So we got us a ship swollen with sailors, sad souls, and strangers struggling to sail across the sea. So far as I can survey, some of these sad souls seem to shine so much shinier than the sum of others. Something of a star shining among the sunken shine of the rest, huh? Where's my cat? And he gets up and he starts to walk towards the top deck.
I will support this individual if they are not walking with enough strength.
Roll me a medicine check.
Okay. This will be fun. Let me just go. Do I have anything to modify this? Nope.
Okay. He's walking fine. Doesn't seem too abnormal to you.
Nice.
As I said, I have an approximate knowledge of many things.
So he heads up to the main deck. And you just hear him calling out, Nancy! Nancy!
I should inform you that they have renamed your cat Sir Charles Dumont, and someone has threatened punitive action if the wrong name is now used.
They named her Charles? Charles! And another sailor goes, Sir Charles Dumont. It's Sir Charles Dumont. Listen to me. She will shoot you in the nethers. And there won't be no more of you unless you say, Sir, he goes, Sir Charles Dumont and Lalonde, where are you?
I'm on the deck, just absolutely hanging out with Sir Charles Dumont. I'm trying to teach him sword tricks.
So while you're playing, you hear the voice of Hannibal call, and immediately Sir Charles hops off and immediately prances over to Hannibal and hops on his shoulder.
That could have ended a bit more catastrophically.
I get it because he's a cat. Well, this is it. Was this everybody on the ship?
To my knowledge, I believe there are a few more below. No?
You there! And he points, and he's pointing at Lalonde. Is this everyone on the ship?
At the moment, why is this pertinent to you? Weren't you just dying a second ago?
Yes, but no longer. I'm looking to meet as many people as possible. I would love to catch everyone's stories.
Oh, brave assertion for someone that was just dying to want to be in others' business, but I suppose you've met us all.
Well, I'm a little bit of a storyteller. And I have a feeling that there is a story here worth hearing.
Give us the cat and we will give you the story.
Nancy, she wants you. And the cat heads over to you.
All right, Lorelei, begin your tale. I have the cat.
She's gonna just salute you. It's straight up.
Well, you see, the thing is, don't mind me. I think I'm getting rather ahead of myself. And you see that he's kind of trying to fight back something. Like it's almost like he suddenly got a headache and he just goes, don't mind me. I'm just muttering all manner of madness, mucking up this magical meeting with melodrama and mistaken malevolence. I'll modify my manners as to not misrepresent my meaning, so please allow me a mulligan. Hi.
Nice alliteration.
Did I? So sorry. What is your name, sir?
Eugene Festifiger.
I would love to know your story.
Oh, I mean, there's not much to tell. Just, an orphan child, grew up with Tritons and, trying to make a living learning about people and figuring out how I can help them.
It's a nice story. Can I tell you a story?
Sure.
Would you believe that I'm friends with an angel?
No, that's probably not the strangest thing I've ever heard.
Right? And well, the strangest thing, this angel and we've become fast friends. I do favors for them. They do favors for me. It's really congenial. But I want to give my friend an ultimate present. You see, there's a special day coming. And I know that there's something that they want deeply. And that's why I got on the Safe Mary. Because it's somewhere around here. But the problem is the map's not so detailed. I knew what I was looking for would be around here. But I don't know which story the angel's looking for.
So you're looking for the precise story that this angel wants.
Right? It's the hardest thing in the world to give a gift for an angel.
Oh, I can imagine. The heavenly bodies and celestial bodies are ones that can be observed, but not necessarily understood.
Well, the angel has friends. You see, and I don't think that their friends like me very much. And I just want to help. I just want to win them over because I've got friends too that don't necessarily like my angel's friends, you see? And I want to build a bridge, but it's so hard.
I can imagine. Friendships and bonds are very delicate things. And, I mean, you shouldn't force this bridge where if it's not entirely welcomed, but, I mean, if you take the time and the energy to build that friendship between your angel friend and possibly your friends, it's going to take some time.
Yeah. And I don't really have much in the way of time. So the problem is, how do you find the story that's worth giving to your angel? I mean, there's so many people here that it could be. It could be you. It could be Lorelai here. It could be Jitty. It could be Borland. It could be Lalonde. It could be Shawl. It could be Locks. It could be... You notice that he's starting to recite the names of crew members that he hasn't met yet. It could be Stones, it could be Beryl, it could be Mistra, it could be Rygar.
And we can all overhear this.
Yeah, you can all you're all hearing this.
So I'm gonna pipe in and be like, I'm sorry, I don't believe I recall giving you my name.
I am a masterful storyteller. And what would I be if I weren't able to look at someone, see their makeup, and tell their stories without them having to recite them to me?
So then why do you need us to tell you?
Well, see, that's the thing. I know most of what I need to know, but there's just the one question that's driving me a little. What's the word? Crazy. Why would there be a map to any of you? If that's the question.
Friend, please. Someone bring a stool. I think this man might have had a bit of a bump on the head, and I will spend a minute fussing over Hannibal. Can I try to subtly cast Identify?
Absolutely.
All right. Do I need to roll like a sleight of hand for this or something?
He's gonna let you.
Okay. I will. If he's gonna let me, then I'm just gonna do a ritual cast then. If that's all right.
Yeah. He sees you kick open the book. He's gonna tell you. The only thing that you'll see on me is that I have a non-detection enchantment placed on me. I don't like people looking for me, and there might be some people looking for me, but that's not unfamiliar on this ship, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So, does anyone know why there might be a map to them? Does anyone happen to know if they're part of some sacred ancient sect or something, sworn knights, anything like that? No?
Now, I'm no scholar, but last time I checked, maps are for places, not people.
You'd be surprised. And what were you saying, Lorelai?
She's just gonna walk a little bit closer, and she's gonna be like, "Well, it seems like you know more than we do. Why don't you tell us?"
Okay, I will tell you everything I know. I'm a straight shooter. And heck, I wanted to play the long con, but I don't have the time because I feel like my angel might be going the wrong way. I may have I may have peeked at something my angel had, and it was a map, the most unusual map. You see, it was older than me, well, not as old as Mother, but still quite old, and it led me here. So someone here is part of the greater game, and I want to know who it is. Now, there are a few ways that I wanted to test this. I was considering perhaps, I don't know, killing you all. And whoever survived would be who I'm looking for. But what if I'm wrong and the person that I'm looking for is no match? And then I kill what I'm looking for, and then my angel gets mad. It's just, I can't quite figure it out. I've done all the necessary spells. I've scryed on most of you. I've detected most of your thoughts, and they're all so mundane. So,
And I roll an insight check on what Hannibal is saying, but also like reading the room of how everyone else is reacting to scrying and killing everybody.
sure.
18.
With an 18, you know that he's being completely honest. From the looks around the room, it seems like nobody knows what the fuck this guy is talking about. And you can tell that he's seeing that nobody knows what he's talking about, and it's just making him more mad.
You say that is something you are looking for. I must say, from what I have seen, most of the folks on here are nothing incredibly special. I will take a moment and I will dip my thumb into a small little clasp that is smeared with coal and silver powder, and I will put on eyeshadow in a swift motion and cast Fey Glamour on myself. Please, friend, allow me to escort you to bed. We can settle this after some rest.
Yeah, perhaps I should rest. Or maybe there's another way. Yeah, I think I like what I'm planning. Yes. You will all fight each other to the death.
No. These fine sailors are bringing me to my destination, and if any harm would come of them, or just anybody, it's not favorable for anyone to get to where we're going.
See, but whoever I'm looking for will clearly be the one that survives. So, I think this is the most efficient way to find whoever the map was pointing me to. Yes, this is genius. I will have you all fight each other to the death.
Why are you so sure that the one you're looking for is the most skilled in strength and combat as opposed to anything else?
That is a good question. Because if the one that I'm looking for is as important as I believe that they may be, I don't believe that the machinations of fate will allow them to die such a measly death to people that are so mundane.
Fate is absurd. I'm sure there are other ways that we can figure this out.
Oh, fate is absolutely absurd. There is no such thing as fate, but there is the game. And you see, if this piece is what I think it might be, there's no way that anyone that is playing the game will allow it to be removed from the board. So I think that I should have you all fight to the death for me, yes.
What game? Who's playing?
Names beyond your understanding, child.
You're probably right about that.
Such as the stars are in the sky, bending the will of fate and testing it is not advisable.
And why would you say that?
If you truly believe in fate running its course, let it.
See, fate. That's just it. Everybody's playing for their own sides. Everybody's got their own agendas. No one's fighting for Mother except me. And if we are going to play the games, then I will simply make her moves for her. You see?
Can I be like rude, weird one?
Yes.
Thank you. I just need to say this. Regardless, I'm not trying to incriminate myself. I don't know if I'm who you're looking for. I don't want to fight because some random homeless man told me to. But I'm just saying, regardless, I am a Dumont. I am better than you, everyone else on this boat, just by basis of bloodline. I will win this fight to the death if it were to happen, which it is not going to, because a man is not telling me what to do. He is homeless. But anyway, I'm a Dumont. I'm going to win. This is just, it is rigged in my.
He looks at you genuinely befuddled. So are you the one that I'm looking for?
Honestly, like, is it a question of who is the most special? You were saying things like, all of you are mundane, which I took insult to. And then you said, none of you are, like, godly enough or worthy. And, like, I took insult to that. So I'm not saying it is me, but I am very special. So can you address that?
Then you must be the one that I seek. You must be the one that this map leads to.
Okay.
She's just gonna go to her side defensively just in case.
I will also be placing a hand on the hilt of my sword.
If
So
you
go
intend
ahead.
to make us all fight, I must say, I am very much not a fighter, but I am a thinker. I carry this, and Borwin will pull out the hilt of a sword only. I carry this because I know not to carry a blade. I will protect myself if needed, but I must say there is a far easier way of doing this. Waiting and watching are the prime ways to discover something. If you
Perhaps
believe...
that's the one you're looking for? That you want to kill? That one?
No. I don't know what the honorific for the owner of a vessel. Admiral Dumont? Maybe, I don't know.
I
But
like that.
Admiral Dumont's birth circumstances are far more interesting than my own. I am just a humble learner.
Well, it seems that you're all in agreement in terms of defiance. Is that what I'm to understand? You all intend to what? Oppose me? Oppose this idea of finding the gem among the dirt of you?
Who is this mother that you keep on referring to? Who is this mother that gives you the right to decide to bend the wills of fate?
She is the mother of all dark and terrible things. She waits in the dark ever since the song was sung. And even now, moves are being made for the return of all that was lost.
Is there a check I can do that can help me decipher that at all?
I was going to say...
It is a religion check at disadvantage.
Can I also attempt it?
Mm-hmm.
I will brush...
You are not at disadvantage.
I will also brush some dirt off my shoulder and cast Exceptional Wit. I can post that in the chat.
Cool. Double 18.
And if I am not at disadvantage... Right, not physical dice. This is a religion check, so that... and then I roll a d6 and add that to the modifier.
Yep. 19. So with 19 and 18, you get basic information, which is there was an old goddess named Lilith that was excluded from the pact of creation where all gods agreed to create life. And so she created life on her own, and people often credit her with the creation of things like vampires, monsters, dark angels, and whatnot. All things that don't exist in Gloria anymore, but rumor is that they used to in the second and third age. Lauren, you would know that those things did exist and may still.
So I mean, Jenny didn't get any of that, right? So she just hears the things that were once lost, or whatever that last phrase was, and she says, "Lost, like dragons lost."
Child, what do you know of dragons?
What do you know of dragons?
How they taste.
I'm just gonna take one step back, the hand remaining on the sword hilt, because I am very aware who I descended from.
So, if you're not going to play my little game, then I suppose there's no other choice than to see which of you is protected by fate.
Can I ready an action to rage?
Yes,
when
you
he
absolutely
attacks?
can. You absolutely can.
Me too.
And you see that the skin falls away from him, and where there should be muscle, there is just another layer of skin, and it is pure obsidian, and it is dark, and raven wings erupt from his back. And he takes a deep breath, and the sound of him consuming air is dark and gritty and sounds like rocks grinding against each other. It would be easier if the one that I was looking for would simply step forward.
And unfortunately, we still don't know who you're referring to.
Could this have anything to do with my wealthy father? Like, is it about money?
No, this is not about money.
Have you heard of my family though, the Dumonts? They are rich.
We have heard we have heard of the Dumonts.
We are special. Like, so if you are looking for just someone special.
I mean, we know quite a bit about your connection to the divine.
Oh, keep that to yourself. That is not your business. Keep it to yourself. Everyone on the boat knows that.
And I just kind of like look over like a side eye, like, what?
Don't worry about it. It is between him and me.
And Hannibal just looks at you with red eyes glowing, and he goes, "Don't worry. I don't think you're the angel that I'm looking for."
What did I just say about keeping it to yourself? Wow! Don't ask people.
And with that, you feel the boat rock. And you see Hannibal looking at his nails, and he goes, yes, friend. You'll be enough to test their worthiness. And should they fail, it's another meal for you. And then you look to the side of the boat, and you see a massive tentacle, and it's getting ready to slam down onto the ship. And that's where we're going to take our first break.
Zoink, Scoob.
So you're just gonna casually throw a Kraken at us?
Yeah, let's get Kraken in this fight though.
Ah!
I'm so glad I have winged boots.
I know you do.
Oh, I have those too.
Nora's like,
five.
that's it. You're dead first.
28.
Give him what he wants, or he releases the Kraken.
Oh boy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 2 of our one-shot. We last left off with the strange dehydrated passenger revealing himself to be some sort of otherworldly angel, and the cat on his shoulder turned out to be a little bit of a kraken, which is now attacking the ship, or getting ready to attack the ship. As this all happens, many of the crew members start to barrel down and work on protecting the ship, keeping it whole. And as the tentacle comes slamming down, Hannibal stands there with his wings tucked behind him and just goes, "Now we will see which one of you is the one that I'm looking for." With that, I am going to go ahead and have us roll initiative, as you now have a big old kraken attacking your ship. And I thought I had this all organized, but I was wrong. Okay, here we go. So go ahead, everybody, and roll me your initiative. And I will tell you, and I will get us started.
Oh, I forgot to click my thing. Sorry.
High five, AJ.
No worries.
Woo. 10.
Is my initiative showing up? It said
Yeah,
something
it did.
weird in the chat. Oh, okay, cool.
No, I did. You got
Cool.
16.
Okay, that's what I thought. It had a little like no valid token was selected, and I wasn't sure what was going on. Okay, cool.
Mine's being weird.
Oh yeah, make sure you click your token first.
Oh. I'm just still selected. Yeah.
I have to reselect
I
mine.
think it did it correctly.
Mm-hmm. Ah, boo.
Yes!
Yes! Yeah!
That chat, I think that's a hashtag noir roll right there.
You know what? Keep testing me. Keep testing me and see what happens.
Oh, I think I might need to roll again because I didn't show up in the turn order.
Yeah,
that's what
if I can
happened
have,
too.
if I can have everybody re-roll, because I have to wipe the initiative slap.
You better
slate.
keep that 6.
Yeah, I
better
think the
keep that
Kraken
6.
needs to keep that 6.
Just everybody re-roll. You got it.
God damn it.
Okay, how do I make sure my token is selected? The thing is not coming up.
You just go ahead and click it wherever it is on the map.
I mean,
Yeah, right
we
here.
can
I'm
re-roll
clicking it and it's not. I'm clicking it and it's not like the little icons around it don't pop up like they did last time.
Well, we would click it on your character sheet, so it'd be like that. So, what did you roll for your initiative? I can just put it in.
She rolled a 16 before.
The
16?
first time I did.
Dope.
Should I do it again?
Oh no, I got you.
Okay.
All right, so we've got our initiative, except for Lalonde.
I can find it on my character sheet.
No worries. Do you see where your armor class is? It's right. It's right to the right of that.
Can I roll a d20 and just give it to God?
If you want, I can roll it for you. No worries.
Please do.
I got you. All right. So first, let me find your token right now. Right now. Where's character master?
I also don't like how I'm right there. Right next to it. It's not fun. It's not a fun time for me.
Okay, I see what's going on with your character sheet. It's being weird.
I'm not an imbecile. The character sheet is wrong.
No, it's stuck in character mancer and it's not letting me get out. No worries, I can fix this easy.
As a Dumont, naturally my things are just more difficult than everyone else.
There we go. Fixed it.
Challenge.
And there's your roll. Okay, so you got a. Wow, can I roll anything other than a 5? Is the fucking question.
Hashtag noir rolls. Hashtag noir rolls.
I can't wait to make you suffer. And then we'll have Hannibal roll. But we'll worry about that later. So go ahead and go first, Boring. God, I looked at the chat and
I'm muted.
Rolls.
All right. Borwin will look very alarmed. First of all, I don't. Right. Well, I think this is probably a good idea. And I will pull out the sword hilt that I have, and I would like to activate my Sunblade.
Mm-hmm.
It is a bonus action, I believe, to activate a Sunblade.
Okay.
A blade of pure radiance springs into existence. It has 15 foot of bright light and another 15 foot of dim light, and I have a large glowing sword in hand now.
Okay.
And then, with my action, I'm going to cast Greater Invisibility on myself.
Well, that seems fair.
Mm-hmm. And I think it would be prudent for me to go below decks.
Okay. So you're gonna go to the second deck. That'll be all your movement.
Fine by me.
All right. Cool. Anything else?
No, that'll be everything.
Dope. Next we have Lorelei. Lorelei, you see this Kraken just starting to wail on the Proud, and you know this ship. It's pretty tough, but it even being as tough as it is, it's taking a beating.
Okay. See, I don't know why my Roll20 is being weird. Sorry. My rage is going to happen because of the. Does it still count as my turn? Yeah, It's already held. So is that okay? So then my regular turn, she's going to use her winged boots to use it as her flying speed and move over. I don't know why it's cutting off some of the page for me. I can't move my token, but she's going to move over to the Kraken. I don't know if you can move that for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I got you.
Yeah, I was trying to get my thing, but it's cut off for some reason.
I got you.
No way.
And
thank you. And she's going to attack with her great axe.
Okay, go ahead and roll me that sweet attack.
All right, and then I'm also going to do the extra attack after that.
Dope. Jesus Christ.
Does a 20 and a 30 hit?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, nice. Got 19 and 16 damage. Let me pull up a calculator for you. Hold on, I got you.
Oh no, it's all good. That's 35 damage.
Oh, you got it. Okay. Cool beans.
Oh my god. Okay, that's certainly a hello. And are you doing a berserker rage, or are you just doing a regular rage?
Just if you're doing regular. No, just regular for now. Yeah.
All right. In that case, we move on to Jenny. Jenny, what would you like to do?
So Jenny also did the whole rage thing that was described earlier. I don't actually know what the term that is, but
you're good.
So I'm raging, and I need to look at my character sheet. I probably should have planned better for this. So because I've been deciding if I should use a wish now or if I should wait. Can I
So I should inform the viewers. I should inform the viewers.
Of what's in my possession?
I allowed them a certain amount of money to start off with these characters. And what my party elected to do was to share money so that one person could afford a ring of wishing. So Jenny has a ring of 3 wishes, and we're gonna see how this plays out.
Okay, do I know that the cat turned into the Kraken?
Yes, you do.
Okay. And if I use a wish, can I do anything else with my turn?
That is an action. You still have your bonus action and your movement. But you raged beforehand because you held it. So you would have your action and your bonus action.
Okay. I'm gonna use the first wish. And the first wish is gonna be, I wish the Kraken could no longer do us harm.
Okay. You say the words and you notice one of the gemstones in your ring goes dull. And you can see that there is a tentacle in preparation of lashing at Lorelei, and it seems to have adjusted its angle, and you see that it is now aiming straight for the center of the ship.
You did say you wanted to cause me pain. So I'm going to use my movement and my winged boots to just be up and not be standing on the ship. And then I am uncertain of what I can do as a bonus action. I'm not sure what the options are there.
Let's see. You're not dual wielding, so you can't use the offhand weapon, and you don't have any spells. And you're already raging, so
okay, cool.
There's not much. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be up off the ship, not in contact with it.
Gotcha. Alrighty, and that's gonna bring us to Kraken. Well, Kraken did roll a 6 first, so I will fix that.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
So Eugene, it's your turn.
Okay. So Eugene is gonna. Does this require an action? Yeah, it does require an action, unfortunately. Okay, that's fine. Eugene's gonna go into his little bag he has on his side and pull out a horn and blow on the horn of Valhalla.
And there are how many spirit warriors?
5d4 plus 5.
5d4 plus 5.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
So 13.
Plus 5, 18.
18.
So
18 berserkers.
Yes, instantly the ship's nose launches with it fills with spirit warriors who yell a berserker rage scream. Ah!
I just have a question that might help him on his turn.
Absolutely. What's your question?
So I have a wolf ability from the totem animal. It says while you're raging, allies have advantage within 5 feet of you if they're doing melee attacks. So just something to keep in mind.
Gotcha. Now, Eugene, is this the first time you've ever blown this horn?
I feel probably, yeah. I feel like this is a newly acquired item that he has acquired.
That you've acquired? And it's very strange because you blow the horn and all of these berserkers come out and they yell a billowing, ah! And then they turn and look at you and slam their axes to their chest and go, for the king! And they all yell, for the king, for the king, for the king! And then they charge and go to attack. They launch themselves at the Kraken, basically jumping it, and it sinks itself to the bottom of the sea, and they're still going and attacking. And for the most part, they're doing extraordinarily well, especially consider that Lorelei is essentially with their wolf totem guiding their attacks and giving them attacks on advantage. And the sound of combat kind of fades as you hear laughing. Oh, I see. Now we're going to move over to the Kraken. The Kraken is underwater, and you all see that there is a storm that starts to swirl around. And in the water, you just hear as lightning bolt after lightning bolt slams into the sea. And you see spirits sail back into the sky. And you see that the water is filled with the blood of Kraken. And then a tentacle hits the ship on the side. The Kraken, while severely weakened, is still going to follow its master's orders of attacking the ship. That is the Kraken's turn. Lalonde, you feel your ship being attacked severely. You see Hannibal smiling as though he has solved his mystery. What do you do?
So, I have a trident.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it says that it's gotta be charged, but I can use it.
It's already charged. It's
Okay.
charged.
Well, I can cast Dominate Beast, so that's a DC 15. Does the Kraken have an innate swimming ability?
Yes, it does.
Cool. So I think I'm gonna try. I got 3 shots at this, so I'm going to try to charm the Kraken.
Unfortunately, it appears as though the Kraken was able to resist.
That's fine. I still have my bonus action and movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well.
Hey, hold on. Let me see something real quick. Does that staff use the staff's save or your save? Because if it uses your save, which I think it does, it failed.
Oh.
So let me double check. What's the name of this thing?
Trident of Fish Command. Please, y'all. I want to mind control the Kraken so bad.
And I think you should be able to do it. I think we should allow that to happen.
It's Pride Month almost. Come on.
I mean, technically, I know it's another action of you not really doing anything, but you can just wish that the Kraken failed that save.
Wait. Can I have? Can somebody wish that the Kraken fail?
It's not my turn.
I know it's not your turn, but I'm just saying.
I hate this so much. It did succeed, so I'm sorry.
Fine.
Technically, you can wish that it didn't. Wait, I mean, yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, yes. I read the rules. A wish can rewrite.
Yes, I know. I
can do whatever I want.
For 3 times, up to 3 times.
Yes, I can't keep robots. Let's go.
So you're controlling this trident, and you can feel that the Kraken is weak, but even so, it's still able to shake off your command and go back to attacking the ship. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Well, I still have my bonus action, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, can I use my spiritual weapon as a bonus action?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I will be doing that. Thanks, Buffy.
Is your spiritual weapon still the statue bust of your dad looking at you disapprovingly?
Absolutely. My father in this one, like his arms are crossed and like a single eyebrow is raised. He's like, really? Like you're fighting a octopus right now?
Yeah.
He's very disappointed.
Okay, I just needed to make sure. So here I'll just put this this assassin will be the placeholder for your statue bust. And it can attack in the same turn that it's summoned, so go ahead and roll a 1d20 and I'll add everything else up for you. Okay. So let's see what happens to you because you failed critically in combat. So we're going to. Oh my! A CR 1.5 creature chosen randomly by the GM appears within 30 feet of you and is hostile to everyone. What? So you know what? You accidentally summon. Give me just a second here.
Can it be a fish?
No.
Well, we are on a boat, so there aren't many other things around. I think it might have to come from the ocean.
She magically conjured this. And what you magically conjured was, oh my god. You magically conjured a gorilla. An ape.
Whatever.
It just kind of hops out. It is looking to swing at everybody now.
Is he like on top of the Kraken? Like, where is he?
He is in the crow's nest and he is about to jump down and attack everybody.
This combat's going bananas already.
I hate you so much. So there is now an ape, and he is here in the crow's nest, and he's about to jump down. All right, and that is your turn, and that's gonna bring us to Borwin. And no, actually, it's gonna bring us to Hannibal. Hannibal. Oh no, Eugene, I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Really wish I went into my story form. A wisdom save, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this just a regular wisdom save? Is there a spell happening to me?
There is a spell happening to you.
All right, so since I have my mantle of spell resistance, I get advantage on this roll, and also +1 because of my ring of protection.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a 24.
Your eyes go white for a little bit, and you see Hannibal and you in a pure white void, and you see his hands reach out for you, and in front of you appears a white-haired woman, a black-haired woman, and a black-haired man. And they put their hands up in front of you, and the black hand that Hannibal is reaching out is blocked. And then your eyes open again, and you see Hannibal, and he has a golden hand burned in his chest. Ah! So it is you. That is going to be his turn. It is now Borin's turn.
Okay, so Borwin has had a moment to think. Do I go up there? Do I not? I don't know. I will go... I am going to... First of all, there are 2 other people down here, right? But they're just manning the ship.
Yeah, they're patching holes because you can see there are a bunch of busted sections of wood that they're quickly patching. and you hear lots, not really doing a lot of work, but just being a manager. And that basically means that she's pointing her crossbow at people to get them to move faster.
As she should.
Of course. I guess I will. You said it's an entire turn to go above the ship, but where do I end up?
It's all your move action. You can move. You will end up wherever you want on the top deck, but it is your entire move action to move from one deck to another.
Okay. I think I would like to be on top of the forecastle somewhere here.
Okay.
So I have a good vantage sight of everyone, and I would like to use my action to cast the spell. What's its name? Battle Mind. I will post that in chat. Yeah. So I take a moment to catch my breath, and I can now give, on my turn, I can give any ally one of these abilities. And I would like to give, for no particular reason, let's just say Eugene, advantage on the next... Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to give Hannibal disadvantage on their next attack roll, saving throw, or ability check.
Gotcha.
Or no, it's just attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I also learned the location of any invisible or hidden creature.
There are 7 invisible creatures flying in the sky.
Okay, so I also impart the information of their location to any allies.
Yeah. Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That is my action and my bonus action. The greater invisibility drops. But that is everything for Borwin.
Dope. Lorelai, it is your turn again.
Oh, okay.
And you're still hovering over the cracking. It's trying to come back up, but you've been kind of like harassing it, so it's not doing too much damage to the top deck. It's been mainly focused on the bottom 3 decks.
She's gonna keep going at it just while it's down.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll me those sweet attacks. Jesus.
The 26 and a 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, 27. All right. Yikes-a-roni. That's...
And as her bonus action, she's going to use her shifter ability to shift.
All right, and
that
so...
just gives me temp HP and speed stuff as a reaction.
Tell us what that all looks like.
Okay. So her eyes just suddenly go white, and then she just bursts claws, golden gleaming eyes, and just screaming violently.
Hell yeah. So we got a full-on, like, lichen shift happening here. And then... Jenny, it's your turn.
Hi. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
It's my turn. So I'm already in the air. I'm still raging, correct?
Yes, you are.
I am going to. I'm grabbing. Sorry, I'm in the air with my ring of boots. I'm grabbing my longsword with both hands, and like flying like Percy Jackson style with the sword at the thing, and I'm gonna give it a good hack.
Okay, go for it.
Did I click the right thing?
Oh, that's the longsword? Yeah, that hits.
Okay, cool. Does that also show the damage? I don't know what the numbers that popped up. I don't know what those are.
So if you press where it says longsword in the chat, it'll do the damage for you.
But so I already pressed that to make the attack. Do I press it again to do the damage?
Oh, you're pressing longsword in the chat, not on the character sheet. So,
there we go.
And there's 7. It's not looking good.
So that was movement and action, and then can I hit again with a bonus action?
You do have a second attack.
You got a second attack.
I have a second attack. I'm gonna hit with the sword again.
Go for it.
So I have to re-roll the attack, right?
Mm-hmm. 27 hits. Now go ahead and do your damage by hitting. Yep, there you go. That's a ooh, boy. Okay. Alrighty. Kraken is not looking great.
Do I also have a bonus action, or is it just the 2 actions?
You do have a bonus action.
Okay, can I hit it again in some capacity with the bonus action?
What kind of barbarian are you?
Path of the Beast.
No. If you're a berserker, you could, but...
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So just the 2 sword hits. I'm good.
Nice. That's going to break it Eugene's turn.
Okay. So, kind of reeling from that weird vision of people I've never seen before. Eugene is going to kind of focus himself and go into his starry form.
Okay, please tell us what that looks like.
So Eugene closes his eyes, and then all of a sudden his hair turns white with streaks of yellow, green, red, blue just showing up on his hair, kind of like goes past like kind of like comet trails, and his skin becomes a very dark, starry night, deep black and dark navy blue color. And the appearance of a dragon's claw on his arms and just a dragon's head on in the center of his chest appears. And he opens his eyes once again, and his eyes are just white.
Okay. So what are we doing?
I look over to Borwin and say, are the enemies up above hostile?
I can assume that, right?
You know that they are malevolent in nature, but they don't seem to be aggressive at the moment.
They are not a threat right now.
Cool. I'm going to turn to Hannibal, and I am going to cast Dark Bolt.
Okay.
Did it click it? No. Didn't click. It's, I don't know why it's not clicking or something. At what level? Okay, there we go.
You go.
You know what? Let's just cast it at a level 5, because why not?
Okay.
Why the heck not?
Okay.
So you have to
make a Constitution save or take 30 damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that.
Yeah.
Got that.
Yeah.
Love that for us. That's great. Really, really great. So I'll roll a.
Holy shit!
How we doing? How about I roll that natural 20?
Well, cool.
Yeah. Cool. So I'll take that 15 damage. And you can go suck it. So I'm just kidding. Sick of y'all trying to one shot my goddamn Kraken.
Well, wasn't expecting that.
All right.
Yeah.
So
and that will I will move closer to Hannibal. I'll start walking towards them.
okie dokie. How close are you getting?
Just 15 feet within Yeah.
All right, so I'll move you right around here. She's actually in the lower brig. All right, so Hannibal's facing off with Eugene. Now that makes it the Kraken's turn. He is going to straight up do some damage to the ship now, like some big boy damage. Let's let's go ahead and do lightning storm. Just on the ship, so that's going to be 10 damage to the ship. Okay.
A target
So,
other than you doesn't count the ship because it's an object, right? That doesn't work.
Target other than you?
For Sentinel or something.
Yeah, that's not gonna work, unfortunately.
I just figured I'd ask just in case.
I did say that I wished it could no longer harm us, and sinking the ship counts as harming us. I would like to offer that.
You would like a refund on your wish?
I would like an enforcement of my wish.
Would you like to speak to the manager?
I'm speaking to the manager right now.
There are dinghies.
Oh,
and it's kind of this epic cinematic shot as Eugene is heading over to confront Hannibal, and a lightning bolt hits right in the middle of those two. And that's going to bring us to Lalonde Dumont.
Okay, damn. Take two.
All right.
Let's fucking go.
And I would like to remind you that Phoenix, you have a boon. So there is a card for you right above your name. You can see what it does.
That's where I went. Thank you. Okay.
No problem. Did anybody else get a boon? I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody.
Okay, cool.
Does anybody want to give Eugene a boon? That'd be nice.
No, that's okay. You don't need it.
No, he does. Can I give mine to him? Is that how that works?
Sadly, it does not work that way.
Darn it. Okay.
Here we go.
I'm literally giving you advantage on stuff all the time.
So, did it fail? Do I have a Kraken now? Can I control a Kraken? Is that what you're telling me?
It sounds like we got a motherfucking Kraken. sounds like Dumont has herself a Kraken.
So after the first time, you felt the connection, but it wasn't strong enough. And so, getting frustrated, you assert your authority, and you feel the will of the Kraken break, and it is now under your control.
So I may command this beast. Sir Charles is once again my son, correct?
Yeah.
As a Dumont, you learn one thing: obedience to your parents. And I would like to command this Kraken to listen to his mother and flee.
And flee?
Yes.
And with just a whim, you all see the Kraken immediately slip into the sea.
Opportunity attack on the way?
Yes, God damn it. Go ahead and do it.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Is it 27 hit?
Yes, it is.
12.
Oh my god, y'all are almost killing my fucking Kraken.
I mean, Kelsey, you can also do an opportunity attack.
I can, can't I? I can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I can. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, I can't tell if it's selected or not. But we're just gonna... where's the button?
Okay, a 19 hits, and you can go ahead and hit the... Fucking shit. So there is a combo attack as Lorelai and Jenny both swipe at the same tentacle, and you just hear... as the tentacle falls off and is wriggling on the boat, and the Kraken sinks into the sea. And you just hear Shaw go, "What the fuck? Did we just fend off a motherfucking Kraken?" And Hannibal is there still, now looking very unhappy.
Lalonde would like to turn to Hannibal and just be like, "So, I am special, correct?"
She did control the Kraken.
At that point, the monkey hops down.
I still have my bonus action. I got it. Can I retry with the spiritual weapon?
You know what? I will let you retcon and have the Kraken take the monkey with it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you just see a Kraken take this ape and drown it in the sea.
Oh my god.
We really need to help that ape escape.
It is not too late to throw you off the boat, nerd.
I love my family. Anyway, so Hannibal is now there looking rather upset, and that gold brand on his hand, the gold brand of a hand is still simmering on his chest, and he looks exhausted. Well, I suppose I won't be collecting you today then. Unless someone would like to give me some help. And he looks up, and there's nothing.
Fate does not smile lightly on you today.
I could kill you and change it all, you know. Right here, right now, remove one of the biggest pieces from the board, and we're all damned.
I have no idea what you're referring to. I am just a man.
We'll see. And he moves closer. Would anybody like to do anything as he advances on Eugene?
I'm watching and waiting to see if a spell is cast.
Shitty, you okay? You got something you want to do?
I am thinking about the phrasing for just a moment. I'm thinking. Can I cast another wish?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
Okay, so my second wish, I wish that Hannibal was incapacitated until I say he's not.
This is a good question. Okay. So he reaches for you, Eugene, and he places a hand on your shoulder, on your shirt. And you notice from the ground up, he starts to get encased in ice. And he goes, "What is..." And then he's frozen. And it takes a few tugs before you're able to rip free of his grip. And there in the middle of the ship is a frozen angel.
God. Whew. Thanks. Thank you for that.
Anything for the king, was it?
I'm no king.
Those soldiers. The ghosty ones. That's what they called you, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I've never used this before, but I think if anyone would use this, they kind of refer to anyone that blows on this horn, refers to whoever is commanding them, their king.
Fair point.
Tell me of your birth. Where do you come from?
I have no idea. I'm an orphan. Grew up with Tritons. I've been in a Triton village, lived with Tritons my whole life.
So you are a man of the sea, but you command the power of the stars. I'm not supposed to do this. You have to understand where I am coming from here. I am offering you passage to anywhere right now. I can take you there, and anyone else who would care to come with us. I don't believe you are safe, because if this one, and I will point at Hannibal, knows where you are, and those things followed, you are very clearly known.
The only place that I know that I will be safe is probably back home. If there's more people like Hannibal after me for a fate that I not yet understand, I think I may need to commune with the stars.
Well, if you agree to come with me, I'd be happy to tell you a story that I know. But that is only if you wish. I will not do anything that you do not want me to do.
I look over to Miss Dumont, and I reach into my pouch and throw 1,000 gold towards her. I'm sorry that I was the cause of this mishap. Hopefully this covers it, and thank you for bringing me passage for this long, but I believe our paths diverge at this moment.
Can she run over? Sorry.
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
She's going to run over and she has like 4 diamonds and she just makes them into a quick little friendship bracelet and she just puts it on your wrist.
Yeah, these gold pieces, it is kind of offensive that you have known me for even more than a couple hours and think that I need your money. But I love the sentiment. I'm glad you feel that we are somehow close and you are grateful to me. Frankly, get off of the boat. I don't appreciate the damage that you've done. I was having a great time before you got here. And the fact that I'm not the center of attention, that I was not the special one, will keep me up at night. So please leave. Goodbye. Off of the boat.
I think she likes you.
I get the feeling. I also turned and was like, you probably want to get Shaw off the boat, because this will distract her for a while, but she's got to remember that there's a frozen angel on her boat that caused also this, so I don't think it's very safe.
I have a plan for this thing as well.
Oh shit, my pinky! moment. Let me get a perception check from everybody.
What? Man, my passive is 20 already.
Okay, well,
I mean,
if your
I'll still
passive
roll
is
it.
above 15, you're good.
All right, cool.
It's a good old 6.
Kels.
Listen, she's never been very smart. Also, I would like to remind everyone that she has a +2 to perception, so...
Same.
Off in the distance, you see a massive ship over the horizon making its way towards you. It is a daunting presence. It is ebony wood with black sails and red lanterns. And for a moment, it appears to be hovering before it lands in the sea.
And it just keeps on getting. This is a day. This is a day.
Your Majesty, now or never.
Thank you. I will remember all of you.
Please.
I will. And I will go.
Do I have 2 actions or just 1 to do this?
You've got one action.
Something from your home?
Take off the
I
owl.
can just grab it.
Yeah. Grab
Just
on the
grab
owl bell
like
pelt.
a fistful of pelt, and I will, underneath my red cloak, pull out a staff, and with it I will cast teleport, targeting the 2 of us.
Okay. And so you go to teleport, and again, Eugene and Borwin, the world goes white. Something's wrong with the spell. It's been changed. And you find yourself on the deck of that same black ship you saw in the distance. And looking over you is a massive man with golden eyes and black dreads, and a woman adorned in fine black clothing with green embroidery and black fingernails.
Motherfucker.
And a large woman with silver hair and a cracked, glowing sword pointed at you. And a very colorful, pink-haired woman with another interestingly intricate sword pointed at you. The camera fades away, and we see Lalonde, Jenny, and Lorelei on the proud, with their 2 stragglers now off, and a frozen solid angel in the middle of the deck. And you see Locks kind of hop up to the main deck and go, I'm not fucking touching this thing.
She just shakes her head no.
So you're just gonna sail with him like right here like this?
Can we not drop Kip Kim off the boat? Just punt it off the side?
Are you still controlling that beastie?
Probably. I haven't done it before, but I'm probably excellent at it. Why?
Well, see if you're still controlling the beastie and have him eat it or something.
Good idea. Okay, I'm going to focus. I would like the Kraken to eat that thing.
Yes, mother.
You hear in your head as a tentacle comes and grabs the block of ice. And then sinks back into the sea.
As far as voices in my head go, that Kraken, new favorite. There was one before, now it's the Kraken. Yeah.
There was one before.
Mind your business.
Okay, noted.
Shaw goes, well, so that didn't pan out the way that what
No.
If I may, I have a special family heirloom, let's call it, that will make it worse than just a lost pinky.
maybe I can make it up somehow.
No. How? What did I say? And you did not believe me. You said, no, we cannot let this poor man starve. And the poor man gets a kraken to rip a hole in your boat. Pinky, now!
Not the whole pinky, we've agreed.
First 2 knuckles, if you are a gentleman. And if you were a Dumont, you'd give me the whole thing because you would have honor.
I'm a Shaw, so I can give you a pinky tip.
2 knuckles, not tip. I'm no fool.
And he starts to argue and he talks with his hands, and you just hear Locks go, oh, for fuck's sake. And there's a crossbow shot that takes the pinky off by the 2 knuckles. And he's, oh! And he starts to cry. And she kind of just ribs Lorelai like, you fucking see that?
Oh yeah, good shit.
I look over like, nice shot.
Yeah.
And with that, the Proud continues to sail onward towards new adventures. And that is where we're going to close this one shot. It was a little bit shorter than expected, but I hope everybody had a good time here. I would love to have you all back again because this was a boatload of fun.
Question.
Amazing.
How damaged is the boat? Is the boat okay?
The boat is limping along. It is going to need major repairs as
because I have one more wish.
Oh, okay.
I have one more wish, and I think I would like to cast it upon the boat. I wish that the Proud, this boat, could never sink or never be sunk.
So you all feel as the Proud begins to repair itself. And then you see Shaw go, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? As the Proud then begins to launch into the sky. What the fuck?
Shit!
I'm now the admiral of an airship.
40K gold well spent.
She's just gonna scream like, you should have got the winged boots like I told you.
You just hear in your head, mother, as you fly away from the crowd.
You want son. Mommy loves you.
Just change it back into a cat. Just change it back into a cat.
Do you want to deal with that?
It's so good.
And that is where our session ends, with the Proud becoming an indestructible, unsinkable airship with this disaster crew. And Borowin and Eugene landing on the harsh verdict. So we will see what happens next. I've been your GM, Noir. You can find me all over the internet as The Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I am a stretch goal for the Necrobiotic Kickstarter, as well as a few other things. Please check out my Twitter pin post for everywhere you can find me. But let's get to the more important part. Let's get to the mother flipping cast. And we're going to start with one disaster gremlin. And that's going to be Kelsey.
Hey. I would just like the record to show explicitly that I can use my powers for good. And I think that I have proven that by the end of this, because now you have a kick-ass ship. It's cool as shit.
The first time I played with you, you started a civil war and almost got the KingsGuard killed before their victory even started. This time, you give the proud and indestructible, unsinkable flying ship. So it all pans out.
Yeah. See, you win some, you lose some. She giveth and she taketh away. That's look, I'm just saying. Anyway, I have been Kelsey. My pronouns are she, her. Tonight I have been Jenny, the Dragonborn Barbarian Disaster Lesbian, who also uses she, her pronouns and is awesome. And super into yoga now. New and improved Jenny's into yoga. You can find me on Twitter as crochet_BBY. I tweet a bunch of nonsense, but I also tweet about the crochet and embroidery things that I do. And I'm also taking commissions for those things. So if you're interested in a commission of some kind, there is a Google form in the link tree in my Twitter bio. You can also find me on Twitch and TikTok as Crotchety Old Woman. I don't do much on Twitch. I don't do anything on my own channel on Twitch. I don't have my own channel on Twitch. I am just a chat gremlin. I am also the administrative lead over at the Fae Realm, which is another TTRPG online community. We do lots of fun games. We have another game tomorrow night, which I will be in. Milan will be in, and the lovely, wonderful AJ will be helping us with tech for. We're going to be playing a game of Necronautilus, GM'd by Rowan at Red White RP. On Friday night, you can find me also on the Fae Realm in a Masks game called Tales from the Amazing Aegis, where I play Charlotte Jones, aka Dauntless, a young, genetically enhanced superhero. And I just got distracted by something in chat. Anyway, so I do those things on Twitch, and I do lots of fun stuff on TikTok too. Also, Crotchety Old Woman. I do some cosplays of some of the characters that I have played, and just general fun nonsense embroidery crochet things also there. Yeah, that's me.
All right, and moving right on, we've got, oh my goodness, my Twitch froze, so I don't know who's next in the overlay. Next we've got Borwin or Milan. Tell us about yourself, where we can find you, what you up to.
Hello, as was said, I'm Milan, and I was playing Borwin. Emphasis on was, so I can take this frickin' thing off. Yes, I was playing Borwin. Both of us use he, him pronouns. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch. My Twitter is MallardMan0523. My Twitch is just MallardMan. I stream sometimes, very rarely, but I do stream with some consistency. Specifically, mostly on Saturdays, with AJ and D, where we do Dub Club, the team of esports that have never lost. You don't need to check the VOD, we just told you. I'm also, as Kelsey mentioned, on Tuesdays, we'll be on the Necronautilus game tomorrow, GM'd by Red White RP. I also am on the upcoming Beholder to No One podcast, Dice Before Dawn, where I will be playing Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. I think that's all of the things I have to shout out, so I will just go ahead and pass it along over.
All right, and that's going to bring us to the very not special... No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna pay for that. We're gonna bring us to the very awesome and wonderfully hilarious Joy.
Bonsoir. Okay, so I'm Joy. I use she, her, or he, his pronouns, whatever. I was playing Lalonde Dumont of the infamous House Dumont's legend. This is my third time playing D&D, and you couldn't tell because I got a Kraken. That's what we need to focus on. I am on Twitter. Suddenly, why would you cough while I'm talking? Anyway.
I'm sorry!
Literally.
Oh my god.
I'm getting the cough job. I'm so sorry.
It's about me right now. It is about me right now.
I was doing my best to let
How
it be
dare
about
you cough? Oh
Stop
my
talking
god.
over black women. Anyway. Stay out of black women's business. Anyway, Woo! Reclaiming my time. Anyway, I'm over at Suddenly at Peace, where I tweet about not anything important, I promise. I have an anime Twitter account, Broke Woke Choke. If you like haiku and fan fiction where the boys kiss, hit me up. Writing commissions are open. Don't even worry about it. Let's see. I'm on Instagram also at Suddenly at Peace. If you like ladies that look good, follow me, please. I love attention. I'm not on any streams or anything currently, once again, because this is only my third time out here. I don't know. If you want me to be in your stream, though, hit me up. And also, if you want my streaming setup to not look like this because I am poor, I do have a Ko-fi. But anyway, let me pass this over to literally anybody else.
All right. And with that, we're going to move over to the awesome Phoenix. It was so good playing with you again. I want to do it more.
It was so nice to see you too. I missed you so much. You're probably one of my favorite DMs ever, honestly, dude. I'm Phoenix Astra. I don't do streams ever. I just was happy to play with Noir and everybody else here again. Thank you for inviting me. I just do art on Twitter and Instagram. Phoenix.astra is my Instagram, and then my Twitter is just Phoenix Astra. And I was playing a Lorelei Kestrel, the Barbarian Shifter, Bobcat, and that's about all I have. Yeah.
All right. And last, but certainly not least, the person who puts the king in KingsGuard, we got AJ, aka Eugene. What's up?
Finally, I can't hold that secret any longer. God. Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Sushi Kid. You can find me on the 3 T's of social media, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok as Husha_kid. You can find me on the first Wednesday of every month, which is this Wednesday, on Misty Mountain Legends at 7:30 p.m. EST, playing your cool bro cleric Dolph. He's very chill bro. Soon enough on Sundays again, you can catch me on Hidden Magics over on Chaotic Pod on Twitch at 5 p.m. EST, where I play a perfectly normal bugbear fighter, Keon. Nothing off about him, no secrets, none at all. He's the most most completely normal out of all of them. And then Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. EST, find me at Dub Club with It's the Riddler and Mallard Man. Dub Club, we always win, never lost, even off stream, never lost, even in other people's streams, never lost. Can't prove it otherwise.
You know, unless somebody decided to
never,
play Power
you
Rangers.
Can't prove,
unless somebody wanted to play Power Rangers and somebody motherfucking hands.
Prove otherwise. No one can prove otherwise.
Somebody caught
Except
that Green
that one
Ranger
clip
power.
of me beating you in Super
Otherwise,
Smash.
I have no idea what you are
take the
referring
heat.
to. Those were warm-ups and
Throughout hands.
yeah. Don't check the VOD.
All right, everybody. That's been this special one-shot of KingsGuard, the proud one-shot. Please let me know if you liked what you saw here today, because I am trying to bully Phoenix enjoying to play with me some more. So let me know if you liked it. Thank you all very much for stopping by. I know, right? I mean, thank you all so much for stopping by. And we're gonna go ahead and raid our friends over at TPK Roleplay. Just full of great people over there. And right now they're playing Roadhouse. They're on Roadhouse Omega. They're on their 2nd episode of the 2nd season. You just got a great gang over there. So show them some love. Raid call. Hail to the king. But that's it. See y'all.
Bye, everyone.